County isn't do nothing. Freaking tyrants that do nothing, no speeding. I think he was going like 47. This guy's been following us, harassing us, obviously, the whole time. Freaking cops, man. They're so freaking corrupt. This time we're going to get them live, dude. Again, they have no reason. They've been following, absolutely harassing. This guy turned all the way around. Went all the way down to the S curves. We were halfway down, probably 2 miles. He came all the way and he's been following us the whole time. Corrupt pigs. Freaking corrupt pigs. They already gave him a ticket for going 48 and a 35 and he wasn't even speeding. Got to go to court. So, stupid pigs. We're gonna live stream these stupid pigs. Idiot pigs. What are you doing? What the fuck is your problem? Stupid pigs, man. Turn around, you're an idiot. You're stalking now. We got these people on video. We're gonna take this to court too. He's gotta go to court now. You gotta at least do the speed limit here. I mean, you can go whatever speed you want. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What the hell is wrong with these cop suckers, man? Look at this pig right here. It's been following us the whole time. Tell me this is not harassment. These cops in Lake County, Oregon their investigation needs to start right away. Tom, the sheriff, got relieved of duty for doing meth on the job. We lost our 911 service, and these cops, this is what this crap that these people do. Total harassment. Total harassment, man. How long are you gonna sit there and follow us? See, this is a problem, man. This is a problem with these cops in this town. No reason to pull over, no reason to be following us, wasting fucking taxpayers' money. I apologize for the cursing, but I'm so tired of these pigs. Pigs! Pigs! People in government. You're being live streamed, you stupid pigs. Well, I've been trying not to curse, guys. Apologize to the pastor and a teacher. But this is what the taxpayers' money's doing. This is what your taxpayers' dollars do. If this guy turns on his fucking lights, this is harassment. Total harassment. I can flip them off, too. It's not against the Constitution to flip them off. I have the right to my First Amendment, free speech, First Amendment. Fuck you. Pigs. You'll see if they pull this over. You'll see what they do. Turn around. Go around, you fucking idiot. Stupid waste of taxpayers' dollars. Turned all the way around to follow us, too. Harassment. Stupid pigs. How long are they going to sit there and follow us for? Go around, you idiots. Go around. We have the right to travel without being harassed. First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, right, secure to be houses, secure in my house's papers, persons, and effects, warrantless search or seizure. Just traveling, you idiots. They don't even know the law, the constitutional law. No, we're going to go home. That's where I'm going to do my sanctuary. Going back to the ministry. And if he pulls you over, you can stop on the driveway. He's an idiot if he pulls you over. If he waits and he turns those lights on right here as soon as we pull over, he's an idiot. Stupid harassment. Harassment by these pigs. Yeah, that's a First Amendment, first finger. I have the right to Congress shall establish no law prohibiting the exercise of free speech and of the press and of religion. So I have the right. Stupid pig, stupid waste of taxpayer dollars. We got no 911, and this is what your money does. This is what Lake County's taxpayer dollars are doing. They could be actually doing something, going enforcing some kind of actual, criminal law, right? Criminal is a name of accounting. by the way. Get in the back, girl. Get in the back. Get in the back. Because they're probably going to pull us over as soon as they do this. Just make sure you signal properly. Because I don't want these dogs going and barking at them. Stupid cops, man. Turn your turn signal on, man. Turn your turn signal on. Okay. Fuck you. Yeah, I flipped them off. They offered his son last time. They didn't offer my son. But what the hell, dude? Why are they sitting there harassing us? They followed us all the way from the Eskers, guys. Nearly 10 fucking miles they followed us. 10 miles. That's harassment. We have no 911 services in this town, and this is what these taxpayers' dollars are being spent to drive, sit there, and harass people. That's so crazy, guys. I'm so tired of this. I cannot believe what they did to Kevin. I'm so pissed. Pull them over for freaking speeding because they're mad at me because I'm First Amendment. This is the sanctuary, guys. We're going back. It just sucks, man. Cops are absolute criminals. Here's the fence we've been worked on yesterday. There we go. We're dusty boys. But, yeah. Oh, shit. For speeding, nobody was speeding. I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody was speeding in our. But look at this, what this sign says. No pigs. No pigs. So that's kind of, that's garbage, guys. They sat there, like I say, we got no 911 services, and this is what they're gonna do. Here's the Rusty Dragon here. So, anyways, I gotta get this stuff in the fridge here. We'll stay live here for a second. But I figured I'd go live that way if they pulled us over. They'd know they were harassing us. Watch how long they were following us for. That's stupid, man. They had no reason to turn around whatsoever. And then they followed us nearly, probably 7 miles. Maybe not 10, but 7 miles. And then they sit there and just pull off behind us. So that's why I gave them the finger, because they're harassing us. Yeah, so anyways, stupid cops. There's 2 of them in there too, so they're just, if they did their job and did something actually than harassing people, maybe it wouldn't have any issues with them, but they're just cop suckers, and that's all right. Hi guys. Hey, don't be so loud, guys. Don't be so loud. Are you happy to see the dad? Hey, I'm live streaming. Hey, stop it. No, you leave him alone. Stay in the yard. Stay in the yard. So going in here. Yeah, that's all. Like I said, we're back at the Casa here. Tango, stop it. You're being so loud. So, but anyways, thank you. I appreciate it. Figure you guys might want to see us get pulled over there, because they already did that with Kevin. They pulled him over for no reason, and then said he was speeding where there was no way he wasn't speeding. So, more than people. Yes, these are my good boys. Yes, these are my good guys. You want to go inside where it's warm, huh? Go warm up. You guys been outside in the cold. It's pretty cold out here, huh? So we're going to go inside the cabin here. Got the key to the cabin here. Let's get in here with my Second Amendment key. Look at that. Nice. All right, we're going to let these puppies inside. They want to go inside the cabin here. Oh, there's Chewy. You want to go inside, Chewy girl? All right. All right, we got all the dogs here. I'm going to put my stuff in the fridge that needs to go in the fridge. Stuff inside needs to go inside. The rest of this all stays outside in the refrigerator. Oh, you want to go inside there, girl? Go inside with the other puppins. Tango inside. Go on, girl. Go inside if you want to go inside. Going inside? Nope. All right. She's staying outside. She's staying outside. So, I saw you driving down the road, which was a video I discovered on you. I'm so glad I didn't have to watch a replay. Yeah, no doubt, huh? Whatever. Make sure you always film the cops. Film the cop suckers when they're doing their jobs, and then they'll be more accountable for what they're doing. So, I apologize again for the cursing there, guys. Normally, I try to keep that to a minimum. I have ran in quite the potty mouth there for a while, but I got it brought back down to a minimum. So, but I've got to but anyways, I'm going to go run inside the cabin here. Let's run it in here real quick and we'll come inside here. Oh no, we lost our fire. No coals, no nothing. Ah, what a bummer. All right, well, it's cold out here, guys. So give me a minute. I'm going to try to get this fire going again. Stupid cop suckers. I keep a grove for a living. I mean, at all times, good quality. This film, police interaction always happen on good stuff. Always film your law enforcement officers in the capacity. These public servants have no right to expectation of privacy of public. If they're a community service officer or public servant, we should always be filming our public servants while in the capacity of their duty. So how are we going to know if they're being corrupt if we don't film them? So you have the right under your First Amendment as a citizen journalist, the right to free press, and you should always assert your rights as a citizen. I'm not a citizen, but I don't claim citizenship. But anyways, you do have the right under the constitutional republic, the right. Congress shall establish no law prohibiting the exercise of free speech, of the press, and of religion. So do not let them trample on your rights. You always have the right to travel. You do not need to have a license to travel. Christ did not need to have a license and slap the license on the back of that ass when he rolled into Jerusalem, did he? So I don't think so. So the right to travel is covered under your Fourth Amendment. You have the right to be secure in your house, papers, persons, and effects. You have the right to warrantless search or seizure. Nobody can accost your body. That is your Miranda rights. Nobody can take your right and to peacefully assemble and right to form peaceful militias to arrest grievances. First Amendment comes first, redress grievances, first ballots, then bullets. Second Amendment comes second. So use your right to free speech, use your right to redress grievances. This is the government that our founding fathers warned us of, brothers and sisters. This is the government. So it is not only the right of the people under the Declaration of Independence, it is the duty to use that First Amendment right, Second Amendment right, the right to peacefully assemble, form well-regulated, heavily armed militia, and if they do not address the grievances, first ballots, then we'll bring out the bullets. So that's how it works. That's Constitution. It's not been changed, and it's what part of shall not be infringed do you not understand. So that's right. Use your First Amendment right as free speech. Always audit your public officials in capacity of doing their service. They're supposed to be serving the community as a public servant or a public service. They are not doing that, brothers and sisters. They're tyrants. They're commerce cops. They're not even actually operating in an Article 3 court. And when charged criminally, it has to be under the original Title 18 statute. So there's all crimes in America are crimes of commerce. So they didn't even have the right to accost or stop us because we were not committing any crime. So if they would have stopped us, that'd have been illegal detainment, an illegal accosting. That would have broken our Miranda rights. The right to travel, the Fourth Amendment right is where your 14th Amendment. You got to know your rights, brothers and sisters. You either know your rights, use your rights, or you're going to lose those rights. So they're constitutionally protected. So anyways, it's very important that you assert as a member of the state of this union. You have state rights, you have natural organic rights, laws of the land. These are laws that cannot be, these are protected. The Constitution was not put there to, the federal government was not put in place to make laws. They were there to protect the inalienable God-given rights of the land. These are natural law or law. So please assert your rights or you're going to lose them, brothers and sisters. Nobody can accost your body. If that means you can walk down the street, nobody can stop you. Unless you've committed a crime, they have to articulate. That's called RAS, reasonable articulate suspicion. Reasonable articulate suspicion that you've committed a crime, you're in the commission of committing a crime, or they have and can articulate the crime that you are about to commit. And if they do not, they cannot. That is your Miranda right, your right to accost your body. Remember that right, okay? And that's your Fourth Amendment right, too. Be secure, your houses, papers, persons, and effects. So nobody can stop you unless you've committed a crime. If they can articulate the crime that you've committed through articulate suspicion and have probable cause, then they can. That's why you can make a citizen's arrest. But don't be harassing the general public. When I was a public pig person in government and I did all my training and all my certification for my reconstruction at the Highway Patrol Academy in Oklahoma City, I did all my special weapons and tactics training by LAPD, Metro LA Police Department in Honolulu, Hawaii, special weapons and tactics, special reaction team. So I know this criminal law. Criminal law, all crimes in America are actually crimes of commerce. There's only one actual legal court, one location in all of this United States of America operating in a judicial capacity, and that is the Third Article Court. There is a first, a third, and a fourth. The first is administrative. The fourth is territorial and operating as a administrative capacity. The only legal court in America has to actually be charging you under the Title 18 statutes, not the revised statutes. Revised statutes are for corporation code, criminal code. That is not constitutional. They have not been adjudicated through the House, the Congress, and the Senate. Although democracy, the democratic process is part of our constitutional republic, it is not a democracy. This is not serfdom. You do not have the right to stop a man. You can't come on the king's land. Okay? You can't stop somebody's body, brothers and sisters. You don't have that right. That is the law of the land. That's natural, organic law covered under Black's Law. These are all original laws prior to the forming of the corporation. These are state national rights. I don't have to claim national rights. State national is a way to go. You file with your Secretary of State. You tell them I'm not all capital letters. I'm not part of this corporation. This is a merchant number is what it is. It's sold on the stock exchange as your bond or a treasury. It is called a merchant number, and this is merchant law. This is old law back to the Queen. It was a contract. It was written on paper, and it's an honor system. And if you broke that contract because it was written on paper, you had to pay double back. That's why we use the Trezevant calculator of 1983, Tampa Bay calculator at 1,083 a minute. When they accost your body illegally, times the rate of inflation times 3 would be $3,049 a minute. When they put you illegally detain your body. That is the calculation and case law that you use, because that is a case law that we use that went through the process, through our constitutional process. Okay? Again, we use case law because it has been adjudicated, legislated, and executive branches. We do not use this process anymore. So, cool, outstanding. Well, most people are not exposing, brothers and sisters, that there's one Article 3 court, like they have me under Oregon revised statute, I'm not a part of the statute. I'm not a statute. That's for commerce. I'm not a corp. I'm not part of the corporation. When arrested, my name, they asked me, I said, my name is Apocalypse. My name is Revelation. My name is capital T, small r, small a, small c, small y, capital W, small e, small r, small n, small e, small r. I'm always operating in a private capacity, and I'm never operating in commerce. If I was operating in commerce, then I would need a license to travel. But I'm not. Well, no, I would need a license. You have the right to travel without needing a license. You're operating in commerce, therefore you need to be licensed. You're not traveling. You are operating in a commercial capacity. You're driving and operating in a commercial capacity. Therefore, if you're delivering pizzas for the pizza store or delivering Uber Eats, then you're engaged in commerce. Now you're going to get your mail. You're going to get some groceries for your personal business. That's not engaged in commerce. Therefore, you don't need a license on the back of your vehicle or registration, or you do not need to have a license to travel, driver's license. So please do not allow them to accost your body. And then if they do, you must throw up a resistance and tell them, tell me the crime that I've committed. Well, you didn't have a license on the front of your, I don't need a license on my vehicle to travel. That is go ahead and write me a ticket, but that's not a crime. That is a moving violation, and I'm not operating in commerce. Therefore, I don't need a license to travel. That actually, well, the Oregon statutes, that's a statute. That's state law. This is constitutional law. This is federal law. It trumps state law. The Constitution is the law, and it trumps all law, unless it's been adjudicated through the House, the Congress, and the Senate. And that's why all crimes in America are crimes of commerce. All crimes in America are crimes of commerce because they're not operating under the original Title 18 statutes. These are revised statutes, ORS statute hindering prosecution. Yeah, you're damn right I'm hindering prosecution. I have my right of affirmative defense. Affirmative defense allows me to protect myself from wrongful prosecution. The actual legal description of affirmative defense is self-defense. So I can defend myself to justify this, called justification defense. This is Title 18, brothers and sisters. Under the Title 18, if they're charging you, it must be adjudicated through the House, the Congress, and the Senate. And these Oregon revised statute is for a corporation, and I'm not a corporation. When arrested, my name was not all capital letters, and I've never told them one single time. I am not a corporation. My name is not written in capital letters. I never operate in commerce. I only operate in a private capacity because I have the right. I don't claim state rights. I don't need to claim rights. I have organic rights of the land that have always been here, protected under the Constitution. That's what the Constitution protects. Your right to travel. Your Congress shall establish no law. Your right to free speech. Your right to free press. So you should be filming these. We should all audit our public officials. We should always be audited in them because nothing they're doing is in a criminal capacity. You are being charged with a revised statute. If you're in Florida, it's Florida revised statute, FRS. If it's Texas, it's TRS. I don't care who it is, what state it is. It's a revised statutes, and revised statutes were added after the Constitutional Republic to the corporation, and therefore they are not adjudicated through the House, Congress, and Senate. Therefore, they're not even a constitutional law. And unless they're charging one of the original Title 18 statutes operating under the only single Article 3 court in the United States, they're administrative courts. Circuit court down here in Lake County, those stupid clown cops that were just following us are operating in commerce. In this territorial court down here, Article 4 court is administrative. It's not judicial. I've already gone into my current case where they've vacated the trial because I subrogated the merchant number in the case. I exercised my right of subrogation. I took a power of attorney over that merchant number, their capital letter name, Tracy, TRACYWERNER, and said, you can't have that money back. I'm putting in a notice of liability for everybody involved in this case for damages, all damage, whether punitive, physical, or psychological damages, and I will bill you out with, I don't need to tell them the Treasument calculator. That's calculation they'll be billed out. Eventually, once I push this further, I'm not done with this. So far, I've suspended. This case has been vacated. They vacated the trial because there's no money to be made. I took all the money that day on 12/9 of 2024 in a hearing for removal of my counsel, where they said I was trying to fire my attorney. You can't fire an attorney you don't pay for. That's how much of an idiot these fake judges are. There's actually no judges in America. No, there's not. There's 400 fake clown Chuck E. Cheese clerks. They're just like that lady who checks you in when you check in for court, the clerk. That's what that fake judge, he works for the chief of finance in there. The chief of finance is fronting as having a judicial capacity, but he's not operating in an Article 3 court. That's why I was able to file in the courts, in open court. He said, I made my record to challenge the judicial capacity of Dave Vandenberg, the sitting fake black-robed clerk, in this case, fronting as a judge, but does not have any judicial capacity. He works for the chief of finance. No, what they do is they operate through the Washington District Criminals. All goes through Washington, D.C. This is the commerce. This is part of the corporation. This is part of the old merchant law, District of Criminals. This is the original law, but they took us back under merchant law. That's why it's not part of the constitutional republic. It is a corporation, and they have turned this whole constitutional republic into a corporation. So that's what it is, brothers and sisters. You can't get away from this. If you give your authority over to this corporation, judge that shall be judged. So, one continental United States. No, there's 3 courts in America that they have a label. I don't care if they're federal, circuit, whatever. They have to, if they're, I'm not talking about family court. I'm talking about criminal court. Actually, criminal is a name for accounting. Criminal or criminal code or crimes. It used to be trespassing, not criminal. Criminal is a statute, a revised statute. That's an accounting term. Criminal, credit, criminal, all part of the criminal code, all part of a corporation called America, not the constitutional republic. So there is one Article 3 court. All these other courts do not have any judicial capacity. They're not operating under the original Title 18 statutes, which were adjudicated through the House legislation, through the House, Congress, and Senate, using the democratic process. So there's only one single Article 3 court that has the ability, if they're going to charge you with a crime, I don't care what it is, if they're going to charge you with a crime, it has to be in an Article 3 court, and there's only one in the United States of America. All these other 400 fake judges are not judges. They're not. They're clerks operating in a non-judicial capacity. They do not have any judicial capacity. They have not operating. They're charging you with a revised statute. That was after this was turned into a corporation. That's why I said all crimes in America are crimes of commerce. There's no crimes being committed, not criminal crimes under the Title 18, charged under the original Title 18. Revised statutes are not part of the original criminal statutes. Criminal codes, those aren't part of the original Title 18 statutes. They're not constitutional. They were not adjudicated through the House, the Congress, and the Senate. So there's only one single court that is operating. If you listen to what I'm telling you, there's only one single location where they're actually charging people, whether it's federal, state, I don't care if it's RICO charges, state or county charges. They have to be operating under the original Title 18 statutes. If they're not, then it's not constitutional because it wasn't adjudicated through the legislation process, through our democracy. Using democracy, we are not a democracy. That is part of the constitutional process of our voting process, but we do not two-party system. That's why all these executive orders that Donald Trump just passed are not constitutional. No, they're not. Although they're going to have real world effects, they are not constitutional because none of those executive branch, they skip the House and the Congress, right? Senate is the executive branch, and that's what he's acting as. He's acting as an executor, and although he is commander-in-chief of the military, he does not have the right to make an executive order without going through the House, the Congress. I don't care about War Powers Act, none of that. Doesn't matter. Constitution, what part of shall not be infringed, do you not understand? So that's right, case law, because it was added after the corporation. That's right, exactly. That's right. What's the matter? It is. That's true, because there's only. Oh, do you want out? You want outside, girl? I better go too, huh? Go ahead, eat your pants. I gotta go. I gotta get some stuff done. I appreciate that, guys. But I always audit my public officials. Do not go into a situation where you get pulled over by a law enforcement officer and you do not get your camera rolling. If you have a live stream, get your live stream up. That's going to help. Always audit your public officials, brothers, sisters. Always audit your public officials. If they are operating in a private capacity, then that's different, right? But if they're in public, then they have no expectation to privacy. I don't care if you're just some person on the street, especially if they're a public or community servant. They're supposed to be serving the community and serving the public. Therefore, they have no right to expectation. You cannot have a cop tell you they cannot film them. I don't care about this crap. If they don't have some, you can't film my car because I've got a laptop in there. Well, you need to create your own privacy. Then shut the stinking laptop. Don't expose the public's information in public. You're a horrible pig and you don't do a very good job. If you're going to go audit a police station, because they don't have a fence around, they got some sign around their, and you're filming their cars because those are taxpayer funded cars. They can't tell you to leave their parking lot. I don't care what their signage says. If they don't have it completely fenced off, they have to create privacy. You can walk anywhere in a public place and film, brothers and sisters. There's nowhere in any public place do you have the right to privacy. I don't care about their stupid little placards that say you can't film. Look up. There's cameras filming you everywhere you go, and they're going to tell you you can't film. That's BS. Yep, that's right. That's right. They're not even supposed to be doing that because you haven't committed a crime, unless they can articulate a crime that you committed. Crime is you've ran somebody over and you hurt them. Remember, if there's no victim, there is no crime, brothers and sisters. Remember, under the Constitution, you have the right to face your accuser. So these are not constitutional. The state is not the victim. The county is not the victim. Bull crap. The federal government is not the victim. That's not a victim. It's person-on-person crime. That's why I hate the fact that I used to be a pig. Used to be a cop sucker myself. I told you that. A clown cop. Put people in a cage for victimless crime. It weighs on my heart. Hardcore. Every day I cannot think of the crap that I did. Military, police, and the army. Could you be any worse? No, I'm as sick as they get, brothers and sisters. I am as worst as they get. I was an army pig. Like I told you, I was SWAT, special weapons and tactics trained. I did all this crap. How many people are sitting in a cage today that I put in there without a victim? It's crazy what I've done. I cannot believe, and it's been a long time since I've done it. But I rebuke what I did. He said, come out of her, my people. Be not partakers in their unfruitful works of darkness. Expose them. The only thing it takes for evil to flourish is for good men to stand around and shut up and do nothing. Don't do nothing. Film these pigs. Anybody who works for the government is a pig, brothers and sisters. Pig, person in government. That's 40% of the population. Pigs, brothers and sisters, 40%. They created more government jobs last year than any other job. This is ridiculous. So audit your public officials. I don't care who they are. I understand that, but it's Father who did that to me, though. Understand it's not me. I was 17 when I joined the military. I was a kid, freaking minor child, if you will. But we learn from our mistakes, brothers and sisters. That's why I go so hardcore on these people now. That's why I will not let these pigs, because they do not. Back when I was a pig, the definition of a gang was a heavily armed group of thugs all going around harassing and extorting the general public wearing the same thin blue line color. See? That's a gang, brothers and sisters. That was 4 or 5 more gathered, harassing the public and extorting them, all wearing the same color, armed to the teeth. That is a gang. And when I was a pig, that was the definition of a gang member. You understand? So I know what they are. They're gang and they've been militarized. I know I was a military police. First one in the battle and the last motherfucker one to leave. I know law. I know the law. I know commandments. I know military, uniform code of military justice, and I know constitutional law. And I know that it says in the Constitution, if it's repugnant of the Constitution and it is not in line through the House, Congress, and Senate, we are not to follow these laws. Once again, I got to go, brothers and sisters. I'd love to sit here with you all day, but I got things to do. It is not only the duty of the people, the right, because we don't kill women and children, okay? And countries, in 180 countries and 1,000+ military bases. So people could be free. F your freedom. It was about the right to choose. You can never tell anybody, stop anybody unless they committed a crime, or tell anybody what they can or cannot do. If they've no victim, then there is no crime. If they're not hurting anybody, leave them alone. The two stupidest words I've ever heard in my entire life are officer safety. That's so stupid, right? You ever heard of a song called F the Fireman, have you? Nope, because a fireman or a firewoman will run into a burning building and never think once about their life. Never do they ever think about their life. Do they know they'll run right in there for an animal to save an animal? That's not the way these cop suckers act. All they care about is officer safety. Find another job, pig. You're in the wrong line of work there, buddy. Get a new job. If you fear for your life, you shouldn't be serving in the community. These cops are failures. Failures, brothers, sisters. Yes, we love our first responders too. Absolutely. Their lives in jeopardy, run through, lights, traffic lights, which is not always easy to do, brothers, sisters. People do not pay attention when they're driving on the road. I know I was a traffic crash reconstructionist. So although there were some things that I did that I don't agree with, it did help me in life to be the man that I am today. Thank you, Father, for so much for the pain and suffering you put me through so I could be refined, today. So we thank our first responders. We thank our firemen, and F the police. Stupid clown cops. These are the ones that are supposed to be enforcing the law. They stood down during the vidco. And if these people are law enforcement, how come they haven't figured this out? You understand? How come they haven't figured this out? These are people who are supposed to be serving the public in a law enforcement capacity. How come they haven't figured out what I just told you? Because they're paycheck cops is what they are. They're commerce cops, brothers, sisters. They're commerce cops. They're jackboot thugs is what they are. All they care about their feelings police is what they are. Let me give you, First Amendment, I have the right to open carry. I don't open carry now anymore, but I used to carry open carry all the time. Let's say I'm walking down the street and somebody calls the law enforcement and says, oh my God, there's somebody walking down the street with an AR. Well, how come the freaking dispatch doesn't tell the John Q. public? That's his Second Amendment right, you idiot. Stop calling and wasting the non-emergency line. And this is not an emergency if you're calling. This citizen has that right. We're not going to stop them. If they've committed a crime, we don't know. It doesn't matter. They have the right to carry. This is an open carry state. Stop calling and clogging up the emergency line. Stop calling and clogging up the non-emergency line. Instead, they're going to take a report on a complaint and then to go follow you walking down the street and stop you and accost you illegally. A Miranda right violation. No probable cause. You don't have the right to that. Reasonable articulate of suspicion is not because somebody called in and saw you open carrying, but they're going to accost your body, illegally Mirandize you, correct? No. They're going to tell you and take that weapon from you. That's what they're going to do. They're going to take it. They're going to stop you, accost your body, say, hey, we had a call. Somebody called in and, hey, you need to give that to us. That's illegal. They can't take that from your body, brothers, sisters. They can't even stop you unless you committed a crime. And that's not committing a crime to open carry. That John Q. Public, Mary Public, or whatever his name was, should have been advised of the right of open carry. But instead, they're going to come out, stop you, take that weapon off you, ask for your ID, and you haven't even committed a crime. It's not a crime to open carry. Then they're going to violate your amendment, Second Amendment. They're going to cost your right to be secure in your houses, papers, persons in effect. They're going to take your Second Amendment item from you. Because why? Because they're the fucking feelings police. It's what they are. And I apologize for my cursing. I've been really tailoring that, but they're the fucking feelings police is what they are. Because somebody was scared. They're going to stop because they're feelings. I don't care what this public John Q is. That's what they are because somebody was afraid. Somebody called and the public was concerned. So we're accosting you illegally because we're the feelings police is what they are. Feelings police is all they are, brothers, sisters. Illegal detainment, illegal accosting of your Second Amendment item, tyrants at every moment that they have you in custody. There is no such thing as an investigation. Do not help public tyrant commerce cops do an investigation. You see, when I audit them out here on TikTok, well, whoa, we don't know why. Why are you here? Well, if you need to ask why are you here, then you're on my property illegally. Leave now. You didn't come here with a warrant. I stopped what I was doing when I was talking. I went and talked to you on the camera and I said, listen, you don't help these pigs. You don't help these pigs. If they're doing an investigation, you come to me after you're done doing your investigation there, pig. And when you've got all your reasonable articulated suspicion, then I might answer some questions. But I don't contract with tyrants or pigs. So go do your investigation. Don't help these cops do their job. If they have an investigation, let them do that and then come tell you what they have found. Stop this. If they stop your body, there is no such thing as a detainment. If they arrest you, if they stop your body, that is an arrest. If they arrest you or stop and detain your body and put you in handcuffs, well, we're just going to put you in handcuffs for your safety. No, that's called an arrest. They've arrested your wrist and they have arrested your body. That is illegal. Unless they can articulate a crime that you committed and they have stopped you, that is all illegal. None of that is legal. And every moment that you're in detention, detained, times 3, Treasury calculator, Tampa Bay, 1983, $3,000.49 a minute. No, not 49 cents, $3,049 a minute for every minute that you are in handcuffs. If they take you down to the old rape cage, guess what? Every minute they have you in there illegally detained, your Miranda rights, your right to freely travel, unabated, warrantless search or seizure, just because you have a Second Amendment item doesn't mean, no, I'm not giving you my Second Amendment item. Oh, they're going to take you to jail. You haven't committed any crime. Every minute that you're in custody, brothers and sisters, is the Treasury calculator, Tampa Bay, 1983,083 a minute it is. And times the rate of inflation today is $3,049 a minute. So if they want to detain you, go ahead and let them break the law. Sue them and they will settle out of court. Most auditors do end up getting settlements because they know they have accosted you illegally. Your Miranda rights have been broken. Your Second Amendment right, taking that from you is not allowed. They cannot infringe on that. Any of these things, you should always audit your public officials, brothers and sisters. Nope, they can't do that. They cannot tell you. They have to articulate a crime. That's why when they came out and served this warrant, they didn't serve it properly. They didn't even knock on the door. They just came and shot me. Remember? Concussion grenade, flash concussion grenade to the face. I shouldn't be able to talk right now. I shouldn't be able to see out of my right eye. I shouldn't be able to hear. I shouldn't be able to stand up. I know it's only because my prior law enforcement training, my prior military training, my prior special weapons and tactics training that I've had been gassed. I've been flashed. I've been concussed. I've been over and over and over again. And it doesn't make me any better than anybody else. But I don't know any other man that you can throw a concussion grenade, flash, bang, concussion grenade, and hit them in the face, and they won't fall down on the ground immediately and scream for emergency services. I don't know how I did it, brothers and sisters. I don't know how other than Father was protecting me. Do you understand? So there are things that we can do when we put on that armor of God, brothers and sisters. And even if we're prosecuted, please remember, you know what I'm saying? Christ stood against the law and he said, follow after me. They threw him in prison. Does anybody want to put holes in you? They tried to kill me, brothers and sisters. If you don't think so, you look at my First Amendment audit of the SWAT raid that I did that day. Nearly 9 months ago, I live streamed the whole SWAT raid. I audited them during the SWAT raid. So what you do, brothers and sisters, you stand up to these pigs. We're not going anywhere. Well, I'm not going anywhere either. So it is what it is. It is what it is. They came to unalive me like a Lavoy Finicum. That's why I said to those state pigs when I went to my son's trial, stop looking at me, you stater pig. I'm talking to your superior pigs in your little camera there. Here, listen, you superior pigs. Are you looking at me when you hear this after he takes this? I'm not Lavoy Finicum. You hear me? You stater pigs. So please make sure you're auditing these public officials, brothers, sisters. They're absolute tyrants and they do not deserve. People give respect, get respect, but they're not operating in any criminal capacity. They're operating in commerce. All crimes in America are crimes of commerce. It is what it is, but they're not going to get me under some revised statute. I'm facing 4 felonies and a misdemeanor right now, and there's nothing they can do to me because they have no way of. I subrogated the merchant number. I challenged the judicial capacity of Dave Vanderberg. I said in open court, Dave's not here. Dave is not a judge. He's a clerk. And I'm challenging the judicial capacity of Dave Vanderberg. He's not operating in an Article 3 court. Therefore, this is not Nope, I'm taking over power of attorney of this capital letter Tracy Werner, and I'm exercising my right of subrogation, and I will give you this bond back if you can prove that you're operating in an Article 3 court, which you're not. And I'm letting you know again, 4 times I put the court on notice for liability. It's only been done just a few times in history, brothers and sisters, but history was made on 12/9/2024. If you'd like to see that, you can see that as well. I recorded that whole court date, and that was a hearing to remove counsel. And I was able to subrogate the merchant number. At that point in time, they chose to vacate the trial, and they have not been able to give me any counsel since. I even haven't had any counsel. Remember your Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Part of your Fifth Amendment. You should shut up. Anything you say will, listen to what I'm saying. Anything you say will and do will be used against you. Notice I didn't say can. You can leave, and I'm not trying to tell you, but can is irrelevant. Tell me that can means anything. What does can have to do with legally? What does can legally have to do with anything in your Fifth Amendment, under your Miranda rights, under your right to adequate counsel, if they're going to cost your body? Yeah, isn't that hilarious? They didn't call for years, but they did call when they were in my front yard. Thanks. Sin, you know what I'm saying? So it's amazing to me, brothers and sisters, how these cops do what they do, and they just get away with it. It's because nobody audits them. But there are people out there that are willing to risk it all for your rights. Do you understand? For your rights. We will sacrifice our flesh if we have to, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, spiritual wickedness in high places, the rulers of the darkness of this world, brothers and sisters. So assert your rights, use your rights, or lose your rights, brothers and sisters. Remember, it says in scriptures, your teacher and your pastor, judge thus shall be judged. If you go by a constitution, protected, God-given rights, and you suffer because of that, then you're going to be judged by those constitutional rights, regardless if they imprison you, put holes in your body. But if you act as a corporation, brothers and sisters, when you go face Father, when you go face Shiloh, judgments comes, that great and dreadful day of the Lord. He's going to say, I gave you rights under the Constitution, and you sat there and you licked those boots, and you were a corporation, and you didn't stand up for your natural, organic law, Black's law, whatever law of the land. You didn't stand up for your rights. Therefore, you acted as a corporation. I'm going to judge you as a corporation. Yeah, and there's no righteousness in this world, brothers and sisters. He said, be in it, but be not of it. Do not partake in her unfruitful works of darkness. You cannot serve 2 masters, Mammon and the Most High. Judge that shall be judged, brothers and sisters. You go by corporate law, you're going to be judged by a corporation. I don't want to see any of you, my brothers and sisters, being judged as some corporation. Are you a corp? Are you dead? You notice I'm not dead. I'm here. I'm not a statute. Notice, see, I'm moving around, right? So, do not partake in her ways. That's right. So, thank you for not, like I said, be careful. These freaking tyrants will dump clips in you now, guys. Officer safety is all they care about. That's all they care about is officer safety. They don't care about public service anymore. They don't serve the public anymore. So be very careful when you go audit these officials. It's very risky, but what do you got to lose? He said, he who loves this and goes after this flesh, who is Matthew 10:34-39, he tells us, if we try to save our lives, brothers and sisters, if we try to save our lives, that is the promise of eternal destruction. And this is all spiritual too. It's not physical. Don't get yourself whacked, okay? But he who is willing to give their life for my name's sake is the promise of eternal life with me. You know what I'm saying? Good stuff, Sam. Appreciate it. I'll be back. I got to get stuff done out here, guys. I'd love to stay on here with all day, but we had them stupid cop suckers following us, so I had to go live. Always audit your public officials in the passing of their duty. Do not be afraid of these people, brothers and sisters. Put on the armor of God. No weapon formed against you will prosper. And if you suffer, he said, you will be prosecuted. You will be persecuted for my name's sake, brothers and sisters, for my Shem's sake. So please, Much love and agape. I'll see you guys again soon. I got to go get this. I got another building to go possibly pick up here today. And I'm, what is this? No, nobody messaged me back. That this guy will message me. So something about by 3. I thought he was trying to get home by 3. I think he wants me to show up at 3. So I don't even know what time it is now. I got to go. I got an hour and I got so much to do. Love you, brothers and sisters. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching the First Amendment audit here of Lake County Sheriff's Office, who's a bunch of corrupt officials out here, and I always audit them, flip them off, and do whatever it is I'm going to do. I have that right. He said, stand up, do not partake in their unfruitful works of darkness. Shine the light on them. Much love, brothers and sisters. Always agape. Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. Welcome to the new age. Whoa.